Welcome back to Gaby Answers Questions Tour Edition. Today I'm going to be answering all your tour related questions, so let's dive in. What kind of gear do you use on tour? I shoot on Canon right now, and I use two mirrorless R6 bodies that I shoot with on a rapid strap, and then I have one wide lens, which is usually like a 24-70, and then one zoom lens, which is a 70-200. And I keep both of those on at all times. Sometimes I'll have a speed light on, maybe I'll have an off-camera flash, maybe I'll have some other camera accessories like a small little camcorder that I got thrifting, or a Polaroid camera, a point and shoot, a film camera, just some other miscellaneous cameras that I keep in my bag just for like fun little moments. But that's the main gear that I use. And then I also always keep my laptop with me so I can do on-the-go edits. What's the most useful lens? Probably the 24-70, just because if I need to go super wide, I have it with 24, and then with the 70, like, you know, if someone's a little bit farther away, I can still zoom in and get it. It just has like kind of a perfect range. It's definitely my favorite lens of all time. I would say I use that every single day on tour. What do I miss the most on tour? Definitely my friends and family and my partner, just because like this tour I'm going on coming up, I won't get to see him for about 5 weeks. So just trying to coordinate, like staying in touch, FaceTiming, all that kind of stuff is really important. You just have to be very intentional about it. And I obviously miss all my friends on tour, but we push through, and touring is so fun that it definitely makes up for it a little bit. How do you not overpack on tour? I'm not the person to answer this question because I always overpack, but I really try my best. All of my carry-on gear is my camera gear. So that's a Pelican case, maybe a shoulder bag or a backpack. And then my checked bag will be like all of my clothes, my toiletries, any other necessities or any other like miscellaneous stuff. But it's definitely hard, and I feel like you collect a lot of things on tour. Like if you're in a different city, maybe you pick up a souvenir and then you have to shove it into your bag, and then by the end your bag is super overweight. So it really can be a problem. What's the most glamorous thing about being on tour? Probably when you get to like be on stage. Like whenever if I'm shooting photo and video and I'm like literally on stage as the show's happening, that's probably the most glamorous part. Or just like running around having like all access to the venue. That's pretty cool too. But it's definitely less glamorous than people think. I think that people think it's like a crazy party backstage and whatnot, and really everyone's just kind of doing their work. Do you get along with the rest of the crew? Yes. So the crew that I have on the J Balvin tour is actually so amazing. We've all known each other for a while now, and we all get along, we all mesh. I have book club with the wardrobe girl. We play Uno with the crew, we play Monopoly Deal, we're always playing cards, we're going out and eating together for meals. So we're all very tight-knit, and I think that makes our crew really solid because we all get along really well. And yeah, I just love hanging out with them. It makes touring really fun. What do we do on our downtime? Well, if we're in a new city that we want to explore, we'll definitely like go around, walk around the city, grab dinner somewhere, just see any of the local sites and sightseeing. And then if it's a show day and we're all at the venue, that's when we will definitely either play cards, make up a game, all hang out, watch a movie together. Really just all hang out together, eat lunch together. But I will say we have had tons of fun adventures. One time we had a water gun fight. One time we did an Uno championship in London. So you really never know what's gonna happen when we're all hanging out. How do I edit the photos so fast? That is a great question, and definitely aided by Photo Mechanic. Photo Mechanic is an application on my laptop that basically once I copy all the photos to my external hard drive, I will call them in Photo Mechanic, which is basically arrow keying. I'm just gonna press the arrow key over each image and glance at it. And if it looks like a photo that I wanna edit, I'll star it, and then I'll go through all the images that way. Maybe I'll take between 1,000 to 2,000 images every show. So I'll arrow key, star, 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 and then all the ones I've starred, then I'll bring those into Lightroom and start doing a color correction on those. But it definitely goes a lot faster because of Photo Mechanic. What's the turnaround time for content? As fast as possible. If not the night of the show, the next morning, the next day. If it's video, maybe a couple days. But the goal is to really turn around the content as fast as possible so that it's relevant to the show that happened. Because when you're on tour, you may be doing different shows back to back in different cities. So you really want to have the content for that city finished so that it can be sent out for press, different things, and then you're ready for the next show. So it's definitely important to be timely. Is it hard to sleep on the bus? Yes and no. I've had some days where it was harder to fall asleep, but honestly, I feel like number one, you're so tired that you just pass out. And then number two, when the bus is moving, it's kind of like gently rocking you. Also, the buses that I've been on have been really cold temperature. So you get in your bunk, you close your little curtain, and it's dark, cold, you cozy up with a blanket, and it's like perfect conditions for sleeping, and then you're gently being rocked to sleep with the movement of the bus. So I think it's not too hard to sleep on the bus. I quite like it. And again, everyone's so worn out that they pass out anyway. What's the biggest misconception about tour? Probably just that it's this huge party and everyone's like drinking backstage. That's not really the case. We're pretty much working the whole time. And then yeah, we will go out for maybe a drink after the show, but it's nowhere near what you're picturing when you think of backstage. That's a total misconception. We're all really there just to get our work done and be professional, and then when we have off time, it's nice to chill and have downtime, but it's not a crazy party like everyone thinks. What has my favorite tour been? Probably last year, the Europe tour that we did for about a month in the summer. That was just so fun. The crew was really amazing. We got to go to so many fun European cities in like Spain, Portugal, some of the Nordic countries. We ended in London. Like, it was just awesome all around, and we all had a blast and really bonded. But I think that this US tour coming up might be a contender for a new fave. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I leave next week. All right, that was the tour edition of Gaby Answers Questions. If you have more questions for me, leave them in the comments and I'll get to them the next time. Thanks so much.